Hey everybody, it's Nessa here from Nessa's Hair Extensions at 684 King Street West in Kitchener. Now, this video today has been inspired just by my internet trolls, because I do troll the internet all the time looking for like different hair pictures and everything, just because I really like it. And what I've been seeing so often is, good God, people cannot match their hair, their texture, their hair types to their weave or their extensions. And you're thinking like, holy crap, do you not have a mirror? Anyway, so for all of those beautiful ladies and gents who are following me, if you are having some trouble with understanding hair types and hair textures, because it's super important, then this video is really going to help you out, hopefully. And if it doesn't, by all means, you can always message me and I'll help you out further. Okay, so here is your standard hair types chart. We've got 10 different categories going from straight to super, super kinky curly. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to try to match up your hair type or how it looks to one of the photos on this chart. Now myself, I'm actually a 3B. Sometimes if my hair is really wet, it kind of acts like a 3A, or if it's super, super dry and I've crunched it, it can be a 3C, but generally it's normally a 3B. So take a moment and find your hair type. Okay, it doesn't take that long, but hopefully you got it. Okay, you got it. Awesome. Now that we've matched up, or now that we really know what kind of hair type we are, what kind of weaves can suit our hair type? Because let's face it, hair is really, really bitchy sometimes. Let's just face it. There's times where you just like, if you've got curly hair like me, there's times when they just rain down like Rapunzel. You're like, hey, I'm looking hot today. And then there's freaking times when you've got curls going in every different direction. You're like, what the hell, man? What the hell? I've been good to you. What did I do wrong? Is it me? No, screw that. It's you. And we go through all of these sorts of emotions. So I've got 4 different types of hair that I do have in the store, but I'm going to discuss with you how or what's the best textures to match these things up, or how you can do it as well. So firstly, if you identified yourself as having hair between the 1 and 2B, so 1 being really straight, 2A being that kind of slight little wave, or a 2B being a little bit wavier like a beach wave. Okay, so the kinds of hair that you're going to most likely go for are going to be straight hair. And I've got one of those right here. So something like this. Now what I've got in my hand is a Brazilian straight. If you've got hair, especially if it's more of like a 2A or a 2B, Brazilian straight is great. For one, it's not dead straight. What you have is hair like Remy hair normally can be dead straight. And Remy hair doesn't, well, what I find anyway, is that it doesn't tend to hold a curl very well. So for example, if you like to change around your style, like one day you like to have it straight, the next day you like to do it a curl, you probably see on my other videos of the Brazilian, I like to curl a lot. Remy hair is not going to do that. It's going to be more dead straight, but you're going to want to go for something like this, because this will match your texture well. When it gets wet, it's going to go into more of a 2A as well, so you're kind of right in between, and it's fabulous. Can be straightened out, of course, to be dead straight, but anyway, you get the point. Right. Then for the next set of hair types, when we're talking about between really for 2C to 3A, 3A, especially if your hair is long, when it gets wet and the weight of it will draw that curl down, so it's not going to be as ringlety and bouncy. Okay, so what's a really good style for 3A is the body wave. Yeah. Now this already has that nice wave into it. However, what's great about the body waved hair is that using tools like flexi rods, by the way, are those really big long tubes. Sorry, I do have some, but you get the point. You can curl them to be as large or small, the curls as you want really, but this is a great type that will match, because normally when you've got a 2C or to a 3A kind of hair, your curls or your waves will be still very smooth, but they will have that little wave in it. And this is what body wave is. It's very, very smooth, but with that little bit of wave. So that's a really, really good option. You can, however, also use the straight. However, you do just got to curl it a lot. So, you know, if you're lazy like me sometimes, you just want to go for the body wave, right? Okay, so that brings into other hair types where, well, really like hair types like mine, where we've got some curls in there, but generally my hair is quite smooth and quite silky like. You know, I take really good care of it. So the kind of hair that I use, especially when I want it to match with my natural hair and I'm having my natural curls and I'm not going to be straightening, is going to be this kind of curl. Okay, what's great about this kind of curl is it's more like, for example, it is closer to a 3A. However, when it gets wet, you can crunch it and it's going to go to more of the 3 kind of B, and you're going to have those lovely, lovely kind of ringlets going through. Now, where you're probably thinking like, that just looks like any other regular kind of curly hair. Well, there's difference in these curls. These curls drop a little bit more, and that's really, really important. So I'm just going to put that really nice and close. It looks like a wave, don't get me wrong, it does, just because it's fresh out the pack. But when you actually get it on you, you're going to find that this does get more curly, especially when you get it wet and you start to scrunch it and you do what you put some mousse in there as well. So it does get that ringlet, but they're not too tight, which is good. Like, they're clear ringlets, but they're not too tight. So this is the kind of hair that you'd want to go if you've got hair like mine. Now, subsequently, if you've got super curly hair, if you've got afro hair, you're going to have a little bit more difficulty, unless you totally get the Mongolian kinky afro hair, which is it basically is black hair. Cool. And you can totally rock the awesome froze and do all the cool twist styles and everything there to make it gorgeous. But again, if you're kind of lazy like me and you don't want to do that, that's where this stuff comes in. This is where we've got a really, really big kink. Now, how this looks when it's actually on, it's a nice, big, tight, curled fro. So it's really resembling starting in the number 4, so about a 4A, not a 4B, but a 4A. Now, what's great about this is when it's on you, you can actually brush it out, finger tease it, and comb it, and it is going to resemble more of a 4B. Now, again, for hair that is like a 4C, this isn't really going to match that kind of hair. And like I said, unless you're going to get something like that to match your curly hair, it's not really going to work out. However, that's not to say if you're willing to straighten your 4C or 4B hair out, the best kind of hair you're going to want to go for is something that says yaki on it. What yaki hair is it matches the texture, the physical texture of the strands. It's thick and it's slightly kinky and a little bit more coarse. And so when you straighten your natural 4B or 4C hair out, or even 4A at times as well, it's the strand for strand, it's going to start to match that hair. So it's normally going to be a little bit heavier, a little thicker, but again, really, really nice for matching it. But again, that's for when you're either straightening your hair out, putting a perm in, a chemical perm, or relaxers to go through. If you've got, now these are the warnings, if you've got 4B, 4C, 4A, or 3C hair, texture hair, you're going to, if you want straight hair, then it's not yaki, because this is quite silky smooth, you are going to need to work with your hair. Do I need to remind you? No, didn't think so. Yeah. Anywho, so yes, when you do have your hair like that, to match this kind of texture hair where it's very smooth, very fine, and it's not matching our yaki kind of hair, you, again, work with it. So putting a chemical or relaxer in it or a texturizer to soften it up, then flat ironing it and going all that kind of jazz and on it, that's going to work for you to help blend your hair properly and not have that unfortunate event going through. Right, so that is my video for hair textures. I hope that helped. Again, if you've got any questions or anything like that, please hit me up and I will do my goddamn best to help you out and to avoid any further hair texture mix match casualties out there. Yes, let's all do the world a favor and make sure our textures are matching our weave. Oh my gosh. All right, that's it from me. Bye, you guys.